Woo, spicy topic, huh? We're definitely not gonna get this one monetized, right? By the way, fellas, so my channel actually got approved for monetization, but I turned off the dollar sign on all of my videos. I did not monetize a single video. Why? Because every time you involve money into something, corruption might or might not come with it. For the most part, corruption does come in. When somebody pays you, now they have some sort of control or power over you. So I don't want YouTube to have any sort of power over me, any kind of control over me. And I've mentioned this plenty of times in the past that I'm not doing this for the fame or the money. I don't need YouTube's money. I'm making plenty of good money myself. So that's why I tell you guys to subscribe to my channel and share my videos, and especially like and comment, because that way it triggers the algorithm. So the message, which is the most important thing out of everything, the core element in this whole channel is the message. Everything we do around it is just, for entertainment, whatever. I'm talking shit. Sometimes we talk about some deep, serious issues. Sometimes we lighten the mood up. All of that is surrounded, and it's surrounding the core element, which is the actual message, which needs to be spread out more. No amount of money, no amount of wealth can replace this message. And that's why it's vital for you guys to trigger the algorithm for me, so that more and more men can wake up. Anyways, that's enough plugging. So, what is the oldest profession, fellas? The oldest profession in this world is prostitution. We all know this, right? And my ideology, my philosophy on this kind of aligns with Coach Greg Adams' philosophy. Which is what? Which is we pay regardless as men, either in the front end or at the back end. And the front end, if you pay a prostitute off, a hooker off, all right, you're paying her straight up cash, or Venmo her or Cash App her, right? If she's really professional, you write her a check. You keep that for your you keep the check stub for your tax deduction. Can you imagine that? If you keeping some sort of evidence or some sort of receipt that shows that you spent money to buy an escort, to buy a prostitute, hooker, whatever, just so you could claim that on your taxes. Because as businessmen, if you get a 1099 on your tax return instead of a W-2, you can claim your deductions off of that. And one of those categories is entertainment. So you can claim your food, your gas, your travel expenses, your clothes, your equipment, your training, your registration fees, all those other stuff, and entertainment. So you can put that and deduct that from your taxes, right? That'd be ridiculous. But hey, I could see myself do something like that, all right? Because in the past, I have done private contracting jobs, and in the future, I'm planning on doing some too, every now and then, here and there. I don't do it as much. That's how I know this, by the way, because I've had experience with private contracting job. But anyways, fellas, Charlie Sheen said this infamous line. He said, "I don't pay to get laid. I pay for them to leave." So he's paying them so they leave. And what happens if you just get a girlfriend or a wife or somebody who you're not quote unquote paying up front? Is you're paying in the back end. They don't leave. They're stuck with you. Or you're stuck with them, I should say. They don't want to leave at all. They become clingy as hell, right? So that's what Charlie Sheen is doing. And that's when you pay the most amount, in my opinion, if you ask me, is when they don't leave, when they should, and when they're supposed to. See, my philosophy is different. I don't believe in long-term relationships. I don't believe in marriages. So what I'm going to be asking from women is purely for recreational purposes. Which is what? Which is okay. You come over once or twice a week. We do our thing. We have fun. You know what? I'll even take you out on a date after we've been sleeping around for a little while. I'll even spend money on you, sure. Because I want to go outside. I want to do things. I want to ride my motorcycle. Sure, I'll have you in the backseat of my motorcycle. You can snug tight on me. You can grab onto my dick when we're riding. That's fine. You can give me a hand job when I'm riding in my motorcycle. And then Sure, I'll take you bowling. We'll go to some ice cream. We'll do some romantic bullshit. We'll walk on the beach or the park. We'll feed the ducks. You know, this is fucking white people shit, right? We'll do some of that white people shit. Why not? And at the end of the day, you gotta go. Because that was my turn and I had it. Now, you're somebody else's turn. And then when my turn comes back again, we'll have fun. That's how I want to live my life. I don't want to attach myself to anything that I cannot walk away from within 30 seconds or less. Especially when it comes to women. Because we have seen enough evidence and examples of high value men, or men in general, being brought down by women. Men who have worked their entire life on building their life up. Gets taken advantage of, gets bent over in the divorce court, gets everything taken away from them by women. They overcome so many different hurdles in their life, so much struggle. And then when they're supposed to be enjoying their life after all these hardships, all these struggles, all this bullshit that they gotta go through, after all that, when they finally are supposed to be getting the results from their hard work, now some woman is taking them to the court, accusing him for rape allegations. False or true, I don't know, I don't want to get into that. Or divorcing them, taking half of their stuff. So that's why I don't want to associate myself with any of that. And I'm always very, very, very smart with how I interact with women. I always make it very obvious that she's not the only one who I'm seeing. I always make it very obvious that this is just something casual. And if I see that she's about to start catching feelings for me, even though she knows that I'm not the relationship type, even though she knows that I'm just keeping things casual with her, even though she knows that I'm seeing other women, she'll still try that crap with me and try to get emotionally attached with me. And as soon as I start getting any kind of vibe with that, I let her go. I honestly let her go. I just slowly pull back and I let her go. I don't do it right off the bat, like suddenly pull the plug. No, because that's when a bitch becomes crazy. And that's when, you know, cops will show up on your door. Anyways, that's another video topic. So that's why paying up front, in my opinion, has its pros and cons. Because the pros is what I just pretty much showed you. You know, like, there's no bullshit attachment to that. There's no strings attached. You're free. You have your freedom. And it applies to men. This type of lifestyle applies to men who want to live my type of philosophy, my type of lifestyle. I'm not telling you guys what you should be doing in your life. You can do whatever the hell you want, as long as you don't live in a blue pill world. That's it. That's my only, complaint against men, is if they live in a blue pill world. That's it. So if you're not doing that, yeah, sure, man. Whatever you wanna do. Even if you wanna live the long-term relationship or the marriage lifestyle, you'll be considered purple pill then, yeah. We got solution for you then, and that scenario as well. So men who want to live this lifestyle, this is the perfect option for you. That yes, you should be paying for pussy. Cons, what are the cons with it? You know, you can get STDs. Her pimp can run up on you. A lot of things can go. There's a lot of sketchy chicks out there. This business itself is sketchy as hell. And you got to go to the right places, you know. That might require you to travel to Brazil, travel to Thailand, travel to some other third world countries, whatever. It's not as readily available, the comfortness of it, right? What is readily available, which is the next point, which is not to pay for pussy in the front end, which is pretty much the rest of your women. Now, what do we know about these modern women? Well, I have turned my face blue by now, telling you guys the downside of modern women, the downfall of modern women. So you guys already know who you're dealing with in this dating market today, right? So I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh man, no, you shouldn't pay for pussy, man. That's some high moral bull. Like, you're not a man if you pay for pussy, bro. Shut the hell up. We're all paying for it. Who am I to tell you what you should and shouldn't do with your dick? Who am I? I'm nobody. I'm just a dude on YouTube with a camera. That's all. I'm just a regular guy just like you, man. Just like you. Who've been through enough experience himself to where he can share his experiences with you guys. That's it. to where he has some sort of wisdom now. That's all wisdom really is, fellas, is experience. Bad and good. Mostly bad. But if you run up to some content creator's channel and he says that, oh, you know, you shouldn't pay for it or upfront, or you shouldn't call yourself a man if you pay for it, you're less of a man, dude, just know that guy's a phony. All right? That guy's a phony in my opinion. Because he knows damn well that he's paying for it in the back end when he's not paying for it up front with these so-called good girls, quote-unquote good girls, right? Because they're not prostitutes. Prostitutes are bad girls. Dude, in my opinion, prostitutes are smart as hell. These Instagram and TikTok thoughts, hoes, who are out here shaking their ass for free just for some likes? Dude, what are you doing? At least the prostitutes are making a huge hole in their head and in their body, obviously. They're stretching the hole in their head. They're making their mental health go to shit. But at least they're getting paid for that, right? These Instagram models, wannabe Instagram models and IG thoughts and TikTok thoughts, they're doing it for any money, without any money. So they're making a mental damage to their health, or a damage to their mental health, and not even getting paid for it. They're dumb as fuck. What do you mean by that, Zeke? How are they getting mentally unstable? How are they damaging to their mental health? You don't think that much distraction in your phone getting blown up by dudes after dudes after dudes, all dudes wanting from you is nothing but your ass? You don't think all of that distracts you and fucks you up in the head? How can you possibly trust somebody when you know that every single time a dude says hi to you, his main reason behind that is just to get a piece of that ass? That's it. Or for the majority of the time, every single time dudes hit you up is because of that. How can you possibly trust somebody? Your trust issues are off the fucking world. Out of this world. That fucks with your head. Oh yes, you best believe that fucks with your head. That's how you become mentally unstable. And if you'll notice, you'll see that these Instagram and TikTok thoughts, they are very fake themselves. They don't have any kind of femininity in them. They're slutty as hell all the damn time. And they just don't they don't even live in reality. All they're talking about is how many likes they're getting, how many views they're getting. Bitch, who the fuck cares? Just because your daddy's paying for all your expenses doesn't mean that's what reality is. Maybe you should get on the workforce and try to make your own bread and see how that works out for you. Okay? Without the support of men. Because if you're getting on OnlyFans, sugar baby websites, having guys pay you via PayPal or Venmo, because some of these hoes have their Venmo on their Instagram bio. If you're having men pay for you for nothing but the sole fact that you have some ass and titties and youth, you're still relying on men. You're not independent. Become actually independent and try to make it in life. I'll wait and watch, and we'll see how quickly you become humbled. So yeah, man, it's silly that we even have to talk about this. That should you pay for pussy? You know, I have never personally paid for it myself, but I've always wanted to. I've always fantasized about it till I became red pilled. Now, I still want to, but I don't fantasize about it because I know that it's going to feel just the same. Pussy is pussy. And I know for a damn fact in the future, later down the road, if I'm living this lifestyle that I'm wanting to where I'm just building my lifestyle, I'm not getting attached to women long term, I know for a damn fact I'll be having to pay for it when I become really old, because my money will speak for me then. I'm perfectly fine with that. I made peace with myself on that lifestyle, on that level, and most guys can't do that because they're too caught up into the conditioning. Their morals come into play. Motherfucker, shut the hell up. What morals? Believe in yourself. Before anything else, before any religion, before any social structure, before any kind of morals, believe in yourself. What can you do for yourself, by yourself, is the first question you should be asking as a man to yourself. That's it. That's how you become truly independent. As long as you don't unplug yourself from the matrix, and this is part of the matrix, us being shamed for paying for escorts or prostitutes. As long as you don't unplug yourself from the matrix, you'll never be able to think outside the box and think for yourself. I promise you that. You're not going to be successful in your financial life. You're not going to be able to become millionaires. Sure, you might be making 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 grand a year. I mean, yeah, that is a lot of money. But if you want to take it to the next level, you got to take your mindset to the next level. It always starts with the mindset. Millionaires, billionaires did not just become millionaires and billionaires within a night. It took them years. But that mindset stayed there for years before they became actual millionaires and billionaires. And that's what I'm trying to preach here to you guys. Is change your mindset. Change how you look at things. Just go down the list and calculate to yourself from the start of a date, or from the start of meeting a girl to the end of the relationship, of how much money are you spending on this bitch. You take her on one date, you gotta pay for your gas to go drive to the date. You gotta pay for the date, even just for yourself, not for her. And then after that, you gotta pay with your energy, with your time, by thinking of the right things to say, right times to text her, what to text her, how much to text her, when to call her. All of this takes energy and time out of your day, man. You're paying her with her attention. You're paying her with attention, complimenting her, telling her all sorts of bullshit, teasing her, being flirtatious with her, which takes effort from your end. After that, you take her on a few more dates maybe. Then you finally get the pussy, or you don't. There's no guarantee on that. And then after that, you might start dating her long term, or you might not. If you start dating her long term, the expenses keep building up one on top of the other, while you are getting the taste of the same exact pussy. So it's up to you to make that judgment. It's up to you to calculate and figure it out for yourself is what you want out of life, which seems more appealing to you. For me, it just depends on guy to guy. Like for me, as Zeke, who I am today, yeah, I'll pay for pussy eventually, and I'll keep messing around with the street girls, these regular chicks. But in both situations, I'm keeping it casual. I'm keeping it moving. That's it. I'm not being caught up with any kind of hookers. I'm not being caught up with any kind of regular chicks. Slip, tip, and dip. That's it. That's my motto. You got to figure out what it is for yourself, man. But I will never shame you for whichever route you take. Okay? You have your physical needs, take care of them however you need to. As long as your life is in order. That's the first thing I look in when I talk to a guy or whatever, is what are you doing as a man in your life? How successful are you in life? That's it pretty much, fellas. I mean, I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of other things to say on this. Because, yeah, you're paying. And if you get married, holy shit, man. Just starting with the engagement ring. Just think about how much money you're dumping in this. And don't even dare. Again, how much money you're dumping in this for the exact same pussy you're getting. Women will never understand that. Oh, he's so shallow. He's just saying that all men want from women is pussy. No, that's not all we want, but that's one of the biggest things that we want, and that's one of the first things we look for is sexuality, is our sexual needs being taken care of as men, not as women, as men. Men and women want different things from each other. So that's why I always say that I speak dude fluently, because I know what a guy wants. His dick needs to be sucked and wet, and he will get bored and tired and sick of it, of the same exact pussy over and over again. Doesn't matter how hot she is. The hottest chicks in this world are being banged out by some dude over and over again, and he's getting tired of them. So just think about that. So turn it down a little bit. And the other part is, don't even dare to come in here and say and try to shame me. Oh, It's about companionship. What about the companionship? You're not gonna get it from the hooker. You're not gonna get it from the prostitutes. What fucking companionship, for crying out loud? How many chicks do you know as men who actually who actually know what men truly want? We want to be left the fuck alone for the most of the time. We want to know that you are there around us somewhere, but you're not in our fucking face 24/7. We need our own space. Yes, I just smashed you, but no, I don't want to cuddle with you. Leave me alone. But that doesn't mean I don't love you. That doesn't mean I don't care for you. If women were better companions than then most men would have had females as their best friends. But most men have best friends as other men. Most men have other men as their best friends, not other women. So what does that tell you? That tells you that we get our companionship taken care of, companionship need taken care of by other men. Or even by pets, dude. Dogs, cats, hell yeah. Women are there to take care of us when it comes to sexual needs, domestic comfort. We come home, hot meal ready, house is clean. Maybe every now and then when I feel like cuddling, I'll have her. That kind of stuff. And to give me kids. Who said it? Coach Red Pill said it. Women can only give you 3 things: domestic comfort, sex, and children. Companionship is not one of them. Because the type of companionship that men need is completely different than the type of companionship women need. I call it companion shit. Because women's companion shit is nothing but gossiping, talking. 2 guys can meet each other 6 years later and just say, "Hey, bro, how you been?" "Oh, yeah, man, good, job's been good, yeah, everything's good, life's good." That's it. And we just caught up. We just caught up with each other about the past 6 years that we didn't even talk to each other for. Just like that, within 30 seconds, we caught up. Women, holy shit. 6 years? You gotta sit there for another 6 years for them to finish their conversation about the last 6 years. And they still won't be done. It is completely different what men want in terms of whatever need they need to get taken care of. Well, in general, right? We have outliers, and that's why I say whatever it is that you want, go that route. As long as you don't live in the blue pill world. That's my number 1 condition. If you know what the hell is going on, even if you want to get married, if you know what women really want, if you finally understand the world's nature around you and people's nature around you, and you finally start seeing women for who they really are and not for what you're believed into thinking what they really are, not that brainwashing crap. If you can finally see the truth, okay, hey, bro, you're smart enough to make your own decision now. I gave you the red pill. I gave you the knowledge. I gave you the lecture. You're smart enough. If you fuck up now, that's on you, homie. That's completely on you. Don't come back here and say, "Oh, Zeke, what do I do?" Well, it's too goddamn late, bro. Maybe I'll be able to help you out, even after you fuck up, depending on your situations. Maybe I won't. But before you take any kind of risk, make sure it's a calculated risk. That's one of the key elements to become a real man. All right, we dragged this one way too long, longer than I thought. So I'm going to leave it at that. Hope this video made sense, fellas. Don't be shamed because you got to pay for pussy. And by the way, this video was inspired by one of my viewers, long-term viewers, Hurricane Hennessy. Bro, I saw your message on your DM on Instagram. If you got questions for me, fellas, DM me on Instagram. I didn't leave you on red, or I didn't leave you hanging. I saw the video you sent me. That dude was hilarious. Yes, if you're watching this, you know what I'm talking about. But I'll get back to you, bro, whenever I can. Been really busy lately, making videos and doing other things. But one of my viewers, Hurricane Hennessy, he sent me another video of another guy where that guy pretty much said what I said, is that why would you pay for it in the back end when you're paying so much more in the back end versus just paying it up front? right? So both things have their pros and cons. And who the hell are we to look at the next brother and see what he wants to do with his dick? For all I care, he could chop it off and throw it in the gutter. Not my business. Fellas, follow me on Instagram at Zeekpeak. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, stay blessed, stay beautiful, and above all, stay classy.